is on. 3.
Welcome to Stacks and Stories. We are so excited to be here. I'm Miss Kramer, the AOSR secondary librarian, and
I'm Miss Gordon, the elementary school librarian.
today we're going to talk about why we started becoming so crazy about books, which later led to being a librarian. You go first.
Okay. So I have been a librarian in many different schools. I started out as a K-12 librarian in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And then I went back to the classroom. And then after that, I was a 3rd grade librarian, a 5th grade librarian, a K-6 librarian. And now I'm here doing 3-year-olds all the way to grade 5.
So, were you interested in books when you were a kid?
I was. One of the memories that I have when I was a kid was that my dad every Wednesday night would take us to the local public library, and we would go off into the kids section. It was just a small, like, brick building from the 1900s. Not that I'm from the 1900s, but the building was. And I would go to the mystery section and check out the Bobbsey twins, and what was the name that we talked about?
Nancy Drew?
Nancy Drew, yes, but also Tacy.
Carolyn Haywood?
Yes.
Betsy Tacy and
Yes,
Ted?
yes, those. Yeah. And then we would sit and read every Wednesday night. And then I would also go to the school library and I would check out poetry books, and my dad and I would sit together and read poetry. Our favorite poet was Ogden Nash.
Oh, yeah. And then you read through your whole adult life?
Yeah, I've always gone to libraries. I've always checked out books. There was a point, I think, in my 20s where I wasn't reading because I just kind of fell away from it, but always came back to it. It's always there.
Awesome. So I started in public television. And then I moved into, I worked on a lot of music videos. Then I started working in education and technology, and then was an instructional technology coach, coordinator. And it wasn't until 5 years ago where I said, you know what? I used to supervise librarians, and when they were sick, I took their job for the day, and I loved it. So I decided to get my librarian license and became a librarian not that long ago. So I love it. I can't believe it's our job.
I know. We're pretty lucky.
Yep.
Okay, so tell me about when you were a kid and going to the library.
When I was a kid. When I was a kid, my best friend and neighbor named Bean, that was her name, Bean, we would ride our Stingray bikes. Those are bikes with handlebars like this and a banana seat.
Absolutely, the best bikes.
And we would load, we'd have baskets, and we'd go to the library. The limit was 13 books. We would load up our baskets, so we weren't even driving very well, and we would go back to her house, and she had the best beanbag chairs and air conditioning in the summer. So we would unload our books and sit in our beanbag chairs and read, and then we would say, like on Wednesday, how many do you have left? And then we would do it again and again and again. So that's where the love started.
Right.
And then throughout the years, I've always loved reading, and I've done book clubs, and to this day.
Same.
So, yeah.
I was thinking when we were talking about doing this, one of the things that I always remember is the first book when I was a kid that made me cry, that gave me that feeling, those emotions that you want kids to feel when they read and adults to feel when they read. My book, do you want to know?
Yes.
Okay, my book was Where the Red Fern Grows.
Oh, love that book.
I remember I was in 5th grade. I had checked out the book. We went over I brought the book everywhere with me. And we went over to a neighbor's house to play. And while my sister and our friends were all playing in the other part of the house, I was in the living room, sitting on a chair, bawling my eyes out
Aw.
because the book was so, like, it was such a good book. I mean, sad, but it was the first book that made me feel that way.
And the cool thing is you leave the world when you have that
Yes.
experience.
Yeah. Okay. Do you remember one like that?
I do. I remember reading Charlotte's Web. Loved Charlotte's Web, cried. I loved the book so much that actually Bean and I went to go see the movie.
Oh.
Her mom thought that my mom was picking us up. And so we saw the movie and we went to get picked up. No mom. We went to see the movie again. Still no mom. We didn't have cell phones.
Right.
The third time we saw the movie.
Like right in a row?
In a row the same day. It's 9 p.m. Finally, the person at the concession stand said, "You girls have been here all day. Can I call your mom?" And so my mom picked us up and we laughed so hard that we watched Charlotte's Web 3 times in one day. And I could tell you everything there is to know about Charlotte's Web.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
could.
So we're good. We are going to be talking about different things throughout this podcast. We're going to be talking about Battle of the Books. We're going to be talking about different genres, adult fiction, historical fiction, the importance of graphic novels in every person's life. And we have more topics to cover.
Like in an elementary sense, I'll talk about why libraries aren't leveled for certain reading levels and what library choice is all about for kids when they come into the library.
And also how to set up your home so everybody's reading and it's part of your family culture. Thanks for joining us. See ya.
See ya next time.